Travers.
Zeno 1-2 with the 16th to go, and Little Birdstone digs down. The close edge could not get to him in the darkness at Saratoga. And at the top of the stretch it is Street Sense and Grasshopper, and they hook up here. Street Sense and Grasshopper under the line, and Street Sense prevails. 1 furlong to go here in the Travers. Medaglia d'Oro and Jerry Bailey is asking him for everything he has. Repent is full out on the outside, 100 yards from home. Medaglia d'Oro digs down. Repent surges at the wire. Medaglia d'Oro wins the Travers Stakes by a hard-fought neck over Repent.
And as they turn for home, American Pharaoh has lost the lead at the top of the stretch. And here on the far outside comes Keen Ice with a light front. Keen Ice has got him. Keen Ice has won the Travers over American Pharaoh in a dramatic upset. It is Arrowgate and Mike Smith. Oh, they've opened up a 6-length lead here with 1 furlong to run. They've left the field reeling behind. What a commanding performance. He won the Travers by 12.
I mean, when you take a look at the picks in here, the horses that I think will run very, very well, I really believe that Code of Honor in every scenario that I envision of in terms of the Travers Stakes is going to run well. I think that he is on a cycle in which, even though I don't think the preparation puts him literally and figuratively at the top, even though he's my final pick here, I just believe that he's in a progression that I think he's good enough to run well enough here to then progress and move up in the Gold Cup, which I think that's going to be the next start. He's just got a lovely athletic enough turn of foot that I think he'll get over the Saratoga surface where he broke his maiden very well. Mucho Gusto, I'd like to believe that Bob Baffert's horse can come in here and run as well as he did in New Jersey. I really do. I think he's a solid horse, but I don't know right now, as much as I loved him early in the year and even going into the Haskell, that he can do the 10 furlongs. But again, when I'm looking at the picks, the Curlin, even though it was on a heavy racetrack where times are typically slower, not only at Saratoga but any major track, I'm just not so sure that Endorsed and the runner-up and the winner of that race, Highest Honor, can really infiltrate and impact and penetrate these top horses. But then again, there is a gap with the Jim Dandy. That race compared to the Haskell was not as fast. But again, Saratoga's a little bit different racetrack than Monmouth, and both Tax and Tacitus ran solid races to where even if they weren't brilliant, going the mile and a quarter, one if not both of them is going to show up and perform well, and the question is going to be whether either one of them can win, and I believe one of them could. And so therefore maybe the horse is out of the Curlin over the same track over a compromised surface versus the perfect track in the Jim Dandy might end up yielding putting them in a position where it puts them right in the hunt in the stretch of the Travers Stakes. So again, I've made my picks pretty clear on who I think is going to win this race. Like I said, Tacitus is an upset special. The 6, the 2, the 7, the 1, beating Code of Honor, Mucho Gusto, and Owendale, 6, 2, 7, 1. Then Trifecta number 3 is Mucho Gusto beating the number 12 Tax, the number 2 Code of Honor, and the number 6 Tacitus. And then you can maybe put, as I said, Owendale as the 4th horse, the 7, the 12, the 2, and the 6. And then the second scenario is Tax being able to translate that form from the Jim Dandy, beating Mucho Gusto with Code of Honor 3rd and Owendale 4th, and then you could flip-flop that. The 12, the 7, the 2, the 2, and the 6, Tacitus finishing 4th. So I have Tax winning in scenario number 3 over Mucho Gusto, Code of Honor, and Owendale. And then the final pick is Code of Honor, the number 2, over the number 12, Tax, with Mucho Gusto, the 7, finishing 3rd, and then Tacitus finishing 4th. The 2, the 12, the 7, the 6, with the possibility of flip-flopping the end of the Trifecta, which would be the 1 Owendale, the 12, the 2, the 7, and the 1. So those are kind of my conclusive picks as far as the Travers Stakes goes. All of you folks, of course, can use those numbers to your benefit, and of course, if it doesn't work out, then of course everybody will be coming back with not such smiley faces in terms of how they view my ability to pick these races. But those, in earnest, are my picks for the 150th edition of the Travers Stakes from Saratoga.
Medaglia d'Oro wins the Travers Stakes by a hard-fought neck over repent.